Hey, how's it going? Just got home from work. Got to stretch out the old back. Figured I'd talk to you while I'm doing this. So, I'm about to release my album in a couple of days, and I've been expecting the album cover from somebody for about 2 months. I gave the assignment to somebody, and she totally did not do it, and I need to have it done. So I'm gonna do it tonight on my own. So I'm gonna do sort of like an impromptu, last-minute album cover. Figured it'd be fun to make a video for it. You can hang out with me and I'll explain the process. Not like it needs to be explained, but still might be fun, you know. I've been kind of cryptic in the past about album covers or titles, whatever, but this time I'm just going to be straightforward about everything. So hang with me and let's make an album cover. This feels pretty good. So it's been about 5 minutes since I made that last video where I was hanging. As you can see, the sunlight is still the same. So I went to check my email, as one does when one comes home from work. And I had an email from my buddy, Yuan, Big J-Man, who's in Dog Off a Cliff with me. I had sent him the album last night. He's the only one who's going to hear it before it's released. And, you know, sorry to everybody else, but he's my musical brother. And he said in the email, hey, any chance that you would like he said, my woman to make the album cover. I'm not going to say her name in case she wants to be anonymous. So she just randomly offered to make the album cover without knowing that I had someone else in mind for it. So I said yes. And I'm also going to continue with my plan and make my album cover the way I was going to do it. So continue to hang with me, but it's just cool how things like that happen sometimes. I was thinking about taking a walk before I start the cover so that get you a little scenery. It's still daylight out. It might be nice to have something to look at while I'm doing this. So let's take a walk. I live across the street from it's not abandoned, but it's an old water park. I live in a beach town. So in the wintertime, it's a ghost town. It's beach town come ghost town. So that's my front yard. It's the water park still operates when it's raining. It's kind of like that old Mitch Hedberg joke when he says an escalator cannot break, it can only become stairs. So a water park cannot be shut down if it's raining. So I'm just gonna take a walk to the beach, talk about this album a little bit. Hopefully there's not too much reverb in here. Oh, I got a package. Let me see here. I don't want that. It's kind of cold out. It's not that cold. It's been a mild winter. I live in Ocean City, New Jersey. Sorry for anybody who doesn't know that I moved back here. I've been laying low. I've been back since right after the Super Bowl, and I just kind of been laying low, making my album, working, doing my thing. Check this out. This is my neighborhood. Ocean City, man. Favorite place in the world. So I made this album with the intention of making it very digestible. I'm not saying that my stuff in the past has been super complex or anything, but it's maybe been a little weird. So I wanted to make something that wasn't weird. I wanted to make something where you could hear it and think that it seemed easy. You know, you ever listen to an album and it seems like they must have made it in a week? It didn't take them any time at all because it's just all so simple. But if you knew what they put into that stuff, it's way more thought out and planned out than you think. I'm not saying mine is, but I just wanted to make something like that. Hopefully you'll find it enjoyable. I wanted it to seem like you're familiar with it already. You can put it on and you don't have to analyze it. You don't have to pick out stuff. You don't have to think too much about it. I wanted you to be able to put it on and just enjoy it right off the bat. Kind of like a movie where there's not too much going on, not a lot of characters, not a lot of plot line, where it's, you ever see Superbad, how it's one story? You just follow these characters the whole time. I like stuff like that. So I wanted this album to be really digestible. So because of that, The cover is going to be a picture of eggs and toast. It's a very digestible meal, a simple meal, and it also happens to be something that I used to eat almost every night because I don't cook. I can cook sometimes, but when it's usually just me, I just cook eggs and toast. That does the job. It's simple. I have simple taste. And I also want there to be an element of time because I talk about time quite a lot on this album for a couple of reasons. One, because I'm super interested in time. Time has been a mystery to me for, I don't know, since I was a kid. I was thinking about time. And then I started listening to these podcasts about how time is one directional. You can go forward in time, you cannot go back in time. And theoretically, time travel is possible into the future, but it is not possible in the past. So I found out why that's the case, you know, like down to the actual science of it. And it's really interesting stuff. I'm not going to bore you with it, and I don't talk about that on the album, but I do talk about time a lot. So the album cover is going to be eggs and toast and some kind of way to get time in there. I don't know. I don't have a clock, so I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'll figure it out, and we'll figure it out together. Oh, and one more thing. So the album title is called BLT because I'm LT and BLT. You get it? Ha ha. Thought it would be somewhat amusing, not too much, but slightly amusing to have the album be called BLT and have the cover be food but not be a BLT. So it's because you could look at it and go, well, why isn't it a BLT? Why is it eggs and toast? Now you know. I told you I was not going to be cryptic. I'm starting to get hungry, so I was thinking now would be a good time to make this cover because I'm going to eat it after I take the picture. So I haven't actually cooked here before, I don't think, so I have a really tiny frying pan. Got some eggs today. I'm put a little bit of milk in there. Not the world's best cook or even a cook at all, but I do know that putting milk in your eggs is going to change it up for the better. I've already explained that the idea of this album cover was to be that the album was supposed to be really digestible, but I don't know if I actually accomplished that. That was just what I intended to do. The actual result, maybe some of it is, some of it's not. I don't think I made the album that I was trying to make. But what I did get is cool, and I guess that makes sense for BLTs. Like, if I'm gonna be me, just let it be what it's gonna be, right? Black pepper. I guess I gotta start the toast. Now, before I start cooking these eggs and making the toast, I was thinking about this element of time, what I'm gonna do about that. And it's funny that I referenced Mitch Hedberg earlier because he came back into my mind. He has this another joke where he says, I don't have a microwave, but I do have a clock that occasionally cooks things. So I don't have a microwave or a clock, but I do have an occasional clock that's my microwave. I have it in the closet. I never use it. I'm going to use it now to be my clock. It's very heavy. It's the heaviest clock I could possibly use. I'm going to go get it. I'm going to start cooking these eggs. It doesn't smell very good. It smells a little bit like a public pool. But I'll eat it. This is not the first time that I have used my food for something musical. There was a video that my friend Brandon made at one point. I needed some brushes for some drums that I was playing. You know, like jazz brushes, and I didn't have any, so I used spaghetti. I taped a bunch of spaghetti together, and it works just as fine as brushes. And then at the end of the night, when I was finished recording, I ate the spaghetti. I'm the MacGyver of food music. I'm going to start the Food Music Network. Alright, these are done. I'm just waiting on this toast. There it is. Right now it looks kind of like a face, and I don't want that to be anyone to think that I was trying to do that. So I'm just gonna. There we go. Now it looks like a meal. A meal schlemazel. You get it? Schlemiel, schlemazel. All right. We've got our eggs and toast here, and we've got the time. So we're gonna set this clock, right? There we go. We have our time. We have our eggs and toast. And I can't take this video and the picture at the same time, so sayonara. And that's how you do it. An album cover in essentially 10 minutes. You don't need 2 months to do this. You just need a little bit of thought behind it. Just do it. I'm satisfied.